I'm at Ed Banks Campground on the Cossatot River. It's a state park run campground. There's just 2 spots here, primitive camping, no facilities. Tina and I stayed here a few weeks ago when we were trying out the trailer and the tent on it. It's made for a ground tent and it's perfect for that. There's a nice tent pad. We were able to back the trailer up and get it in here and it worked for us. But I think I'm going to, it's really hard to back in right here. There's just not a whole lot of room. I may end up taking the trailer off and noodling around by hand and then trying to hook back up to it. But just got here. It's Thursday. I've got some one-day vacations that I have to use before the end of the year. This is the first week in December. And this was a nice looking weekend when I scheduled my vacation, but we have storms coming through this weekend. They could be pretty severe, but we decided to go for it anyway. Today's nice, tomorrow's gonna be nice, a little windy. And then the rain starts tomorrow evening, Friday evening through Saturday morning. So hopefully we can salvage the weekend, but we get to test out the tent in rain and wind and we'll see how that goes. But beautiful, beautiful spot. I'll show you around as soon as I get the tent in here and get set up and get camp kind of set up. And another thing that I brought that I don't normally bring is the chainsaw. When we were here last, we're real close to the river and there's several dead trees that have washed downstream, and we can cut those up for firewood. So I'm going to be cutting some firewood there. I brought some just in case, but I'd like to burn some of this stuff here if I can. So we're going to get the trailer in here, get camp set up, and I'll show you around a little bit. I think that'll work. Well, I think that'll work right there. That gives us plenty of room to fold the tent out and not run into the picnic table when we climb out of the tent, and it keeps it away from the fire pit because I plan on building a fire. Plan on doing some cooking over the fire. So that looks good. Fire pit's perfect for cooking. This is Ed Banks Crossing. Like I said, 2 campsites, and they're well apart. One's on one side of the river. This one's on, you have to cross the bridge to access this one. A really nice secluded spot, and not that far from the river. Really popular in the summertime. It's really hard to get this spot. This is December, so, and a weekday, so the odds are a little bit better. During the summer, this is really a nice spot. I mean, you got a swimming hole, and you'll have people come use this during the day, so you won't just have it all to yourself during the summer, but for the most part, you will. It won't be as crowded as other places. Really nice section of the river, and it is super peaceful. When Tina and I stayed here last time, we built a fire on the gravel bar and roasted hot dogs and just had a really nice evening. And this is one of the spots I mentioned in that video, that this is one of the spots I wanted to come back to. So I'm going to show you around. Cossatot is really a beautiful river. It's kind of unique and really, really nice. So I'm going to get camp set up and get that chainsaw out, try to get some firewood cut. I don't know, there's a blow down here. It looks like it's I don't know what kind of wood it is, but we'll find some firewood and get some firewood cut, get camp set up, and get settled in for the night. Well, they say firewood warms you twice, and that is true. I think I've got plenty of wood cut. I'm going to stack it under the trailer so it'll be in the dry. We got a pile of wood. I think I found some oak here that I'm going to try to cook with tomorrow. I'm going to put a pot of beans on tomorrow, so I'm going to use that oak to cook with tomorrow. And I think this is cottonwood that I got down by the river. I've still got some more cut there, so if I need more wood, I've got some already cut at the river. Clean up camp a little bit, put my saw away and all that, and stack the wood under the trailer, and I'm gonna get a fire going, and then we're gonna get supper started. Good morning. Been up and at 'em for a while now. It's about 10 o'clock. I just haven't filmed because it's been kind of misty, rainy, and I didn't want to get my camera wet. Little break now. I think I may take my rod and reel to the river and try a little fishing. You can see I got the moonshade set up to give me a little more dry area. Planning on cooking a pot of beans, sausage and beans over the fire today. Tina's supposed to come this evening. She may change her mind when she sees the forecast. When I left, the last forecast I looked at was Wednesday night. This is Friday morning. There is a cold front pushing through, and there's going to be a squall line on that front sometime tonight. You know, early evening to early morning. They weren't really sure of the exact time, and they weren't sure where the bad storms were going to be. This area looked further south than here, but you know, who knows. So it's going to be kind of nasty. The wind's supposed to pick up today, so I've got everything tied down pretty good, I believe. But I'm ready for the rain. I want to check out the rain in the tent, and really the wind too. I'm not a big fan of camping in the wind and the rain, but I would like to see how this tent's going to do in the rain and the wind. So we're going to get the rod and reel and head down to the river while we've got a little break in the mist, and I'll show you some of the views of the river, and we're going to see if we can catch a fish. I thought I was going to go for a swim several times there. These little crankbaits are kind of expensive. I wanted to get it back, and my feet are tender walking across those rocks, and the rocks in the center of the river are just big. It's hard to get a footing. And then on top of that, the water is ice cold. So the bottom half of me is freezing and the top half of me is hot. So I think I'm gonna head back to camp, and it's probably time to get a fire started. I had those beans soaking for a while. I may try to start those cooking. Let's head back to camp. Baloney for you. Good morning. Well, we're getting around after a stormy night. We were expecting some storms to come through. We weren't sure how severe they would be, and they weren't terrible. The wind was less than I expected, but the rain was more. And Dolly does not like the rain. The storms kind of scare her, so being in the tent made it even worse. The rain coming on the tent was really loud, but a little thunder and lightning didn't help. Like I said, we got more rain than was forecast, and I'm on the other side of the river. River's up, but a plus today is just a few clouds. It's going to be a beautiful day. Well, Dolly and I have had a nice walk this morning. We've made coffee. I'm gonna make some breakfast. I've got some makings to make a bacon and egg burrito for myself, and I'm gonna make Dolly a burrito minus the tortilla. But another thing I need to do this morning, we've been here for, this will be, I don't know, we got here Tuesday at noon, or Thursday at noon, and this is Saturday. I've got the refrigerator plugged into the jacker. I plugged it in last night. The voltage was starting to show around 10.6 volts, and about 10.5 the refrigerator shuts off to conserve the Jeep battery. So I'm going to start the Jeep up and charge the battery, and I may charge the Jackery too and make sure it's going to start. So while I'm cooking breakfast, I'm going to go ahead and let's see if it will start. No problem. Okay. All right, I'm gonna hook that Jackery, plug it in so it can be charging, and get some breakfast going while that runs. Probably need to let it run for an hour or so. Well, we've got camp broken, we're ready to pull out. Such a beautiful day today. I hate to leave. It's a really cold morning, but the sun's come out and it's gonna be a really nice day. If you come to Ed Banks, you can stop by the visitor center. The rangers make a loop through here to check on campers every day, and they can radio to the ranger and ask him if anybody's camping here. That way you won't drive all the way out here and find somebody in the campsite. Really nice, secluded campsite, really perfect for tent camping. And I only saw the rangers. That's the only people that I saw the whole weekend. Of course, it was a pretty bad weekend, but I got to experience the whole spectrum of weather, from warm and rainy to today it's clear and cold. It was a really great weekend. I enjoyed it. I'm gonna get on the road and get out of here. Thanks for watching.